Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in a prior video we looked at a whole bunch of gear from the Urban line and the Range line of Helikon Tex Products. Here today, this is the Range Hoodie, which for me has definitely become one of my go-to pieces of outerwear. Now, if you can't tell from watching my channel, I'm kind of a hoodie junkie. I love hoodies, and this is absolutely wonderful. A perfect option for somebody who's looking for a nice lightweight piece of kit, just enough to add that comfort, almost like an extra layer of skin. Now, this is something that I think, whether or not you're just an active outdoor enthusiast or you are going to the range, will definitely apply. This is not just made for firearms. This is a wonderful sort of everyday type of wear. So in this video, what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at this in detail. I'm going to show you how I have used it, where it applies, and I think you're going to find that there is definitely a place for you for this Range hoodie. But with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now, before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Helikon Tex who did provide this for review. Now again, this is the Range hoodie, and as I started to say, this for me is a good quality piece of kit. It becomes a go-to piece of outerwear for me for a number of different reasons. And this is going to be, in my opinion, from the firing range to the mountain range. I mean, really, it is that good. You could wear this in pretty much any outdoor activity or even indoors at the range if it's a little bit cool. You know, a lot of times they have ventilation, and depending on the time of year, or certainly outdoors, leveraging this into the fall or even the winter, leveraging this as either outerwear or a base layer. Now, you can see a lot of times when I'm sitting around, I have my pockets wide open. Well, I'm not just lazy. I didn't accidentally leave my pockets open. This is all ventilation. So when I'm looking to regulate my body temperature, I am actively playing with these zippers. So sometimes they're closed. If I'm getting a little bit chilly, I can sort of squeeze these off a bit and get a little more body warmth sort of building up inside the garment. Or, well, if I want to vent it out, no problem. Just unzipping that, and that's the case across the chest. That's the case here on the shoulders. Very nice, and this is a nice thin material, enough to add just a little bit of warmth and keep the wind off you, but not too thick where it makes you hot. And so talking about the fabrics, this is a polyester, nylon, and elastane mix. So this is really some proprietary Helikon Tex fabrics. First and foremost, the top cool mesh. So this whole thing, again, being mesh, allowing it to breathe. But then you have the Versa Stretch panels on the side, and then also reinforced on the elbows, which is fantastic. I really like that about this. It gives it a little bit of a stretchy feel, feels really good, and is a nice athletic fit. And so that brings me into the sizing. You do need to be careful with Helikon Tex sizing. They report in both European sizing and US sizing. So this particular one here in the green, this is a US size medium, which is a European large. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of a mix-up when I ordered this from Helikon Tex. I asked for a large. They sent me European large, which typically I wear a US men's large. So you can see the medium here, the body fits fantastic. Again, a nice athletic cut. The problem for me being the sleeves. As I reach out here, you can see the sleeves do end up short on my wrists, and that just drives me crazy. So you'll see a lot of times I do end up wearing this with the sleeves hiked up. So the medium for me is great where the body is legitimately perfect. Just looks the part, nice and compact, no extra fabric. Fits just great, but again, the arms drive me a little bit crazy. But here in the tan, this is a US large, European extra large. And as you can see, the body a little bit bulkier. You can see some more fabric just kind of hanging off, a little more roomy, but the sleeves definitely fitting better. As I hold my arms out, you will see that these stay all the way up on my wrists all the way by my hands. So these wrists definitely fit me a little bit better. The sleeves are longer, and that is where this really makes a difference for me. So unfortunately for me, this would be perfect with the US medium body and then the US large sleeves. Can't get it both ways, so you do need to think about that as you get into this, which would be a better fit for you. If you're somebody with a little more size, you maybe have a little bit more, larger chest, slightly bigger bone structure, I would suggest the US large, which is again European extra large. Or if you're a little more lean, not quite as tall, or maybe you have shorter arms, then you could get away with the US medium, which is the European large. It's just something to think about. And to give you a little reference point, at this particular time, I am roughly 6'1" and about 170 pounds. And you can see where this US large fits on me. And so as we continue to roll here through the details, Helikon Tex doing a wonderful job with their construction. That's absolutely the case here with the Range Hoodie. I am very happy with it. It's held up wonderfully, and I've been kind of beating on these in different sort of scenarios, outdoors, bushcraft, firecraft, dragging them around, no problem at all so far. Nice hardware YKK zips, so you can see here, nicely done. And what I do like is Helikon Tex inverts their zippers. So as you look, the zippers are actually inverted, which helps to protect the zipper track. So that works very well. And these work nice and smooth. So good quality YKK zips. Again, this is in the top cool fabric, but as you look a little closer, you'll notice not only is the main body the actual top cool mesh, which is thin already, but they have some additional mesh fabric on the inside in strategic locations to help this breathe even better. So on the hood here, nice ventilation, helping to keep it off your head just a little bit and breathe. You get that really cool looking Versa stretch panel down over the top, a little bit athletic. I like the way that fits. It has a nice contour overall, and the hood having a great fit. As you can see here, it's just, again, a nice cut. Nice athletic cut, just about perfect. You don't need drawstrings. Even with this zipped up, it's literally perfect. I can still see right out of my peripheral vision. It fits very well, and it's, again, just a nice overall shape. I like the fact that it just wraps about right. It's got that nice Versa stretch over the top. Just feels good, does a perfect job, adds enough warmth just to get the cool off your face and off your ears, yet at the same time with that mesh on the inside, it just breathes. So again, all the little details adding up, but even the hood adding to this hoodie in a perfect way. Again, as I mentioned, I'm a hoodie junkie. Working down the front, you'll see a little loop for a pair of sunglasses. That's definitely neat. You could also put maybe a mic. So if you have some sort of a mic, you could clip it to that. So that works out very well. And then the main thing for me that is really the driving factor, this kangaroo pocket right in the front. This is a full pass-through design, which is fantastic. But beyond that, very, very well ventilated. Again, this whole thing having the mesh on the inside, allowing this to breathe and really vent off all your excess heat and moisture. This does a wonderful job where it's a nice large pocket to really vent, and in combination with the shoulders, which is a perfect place to try to lose some heat. A lot of times they do really go to the pits, so you can see here a little bit of ventilation under the pits. But to me, the more important place is actually up around the shoulders, and this is what Helikon Tex does wonderfully. So again, having the mesh on the inside of the pocket, venting very nicely. That works out very well to get rid of your excess trapped body heat and a little bit of moisture. And then again, just the nice quality zippers. Everything finished off with a little detail. You can see the little flaps over the top of everything so it doesn't snag. Very nicely done. You have the very soft morale field on the side. You'll see how pliable that is. I really like this choice of Velcro where it's super soft, very pliable, works out very well. You can see the Helikon Tex logo here. Absolutely awesome. I love it. That is the case on both sides, so no problem. There you got it. So if you want to put a little morale patch, definitely cool. And I like that it adds that two-tone contrasting look. which ties in very nicely again to the side of the garment. So leading from the pit vents here, so your armpit vents, right down the side into the Versa stretch material, which I've had on a number of Helikon Tex products. It's durable enough, yet at the same time has some nice flex. You can see how much give there is, nice and elastic, and really allows the garment to move. And especially if you like that tighter fit, that works out very well. Look at the quality stitching right down the side. That's not going to come undone, and in fact it adds an additional look and appeal. I like how they did that. It's just a nice touch. Now on the back, very straightforward, not much to it, kind of simple, not a big deal. But the other thing I like is the back and the way it's cut, which if you look at it here, just has that little bit of a V cut in it, a little bit longer in the back, which is nice, kind of keeps it, you know, a little bit more over your backside, which I do like. If you were to tuck this in, which I probably personally wouldn't do, that definitely helps keeping it tucked in. But if you look at just how nicely the side of this is constructed, I definitely like that. It's good, it's comfortable, it's athletic, it looks the part, and I think Helikon Tex absolutely nailed it with this Range hoodie. Something else that I think is pretty cool about this, and again, going back to the elbows, which are reinforced, but when you look real close, you'll notice these are a Velcro-lined pocket. So here, as we open this up, again, this is a Velcro-lined pocket, which allows you to put pads, and Helikon Tex does sell pads. So these are the pad inserts. These are sort of, and I'm gonna not say generic because they are Helikon Tex branded, but they're generic to the point where these fit a number of Helikon Tex products. And what you do is you actually cut these to size depending on what garment you're gonna put these in. So as you look close here, you'll notice there are some templates on the back of the box. What you do is you figure out what product you want, and as you look carefully, you can see that there are a number of different products that these go to. Like, for example, they're SFU, SFU Next, SFU MK2 pants, CPU, ACU, and USMC, SFU, SFU Next shirt, CPU, ACU, USMC shirt. So depending on if you're putting it in pants or in shirts, you cut out the template accordingly, you transfer it to the pad, you cut out the pad, and then you insert them. So really cool. And where this is a Range shirt, you know you might possibly be crawling around, getting into the prone position, leaning on things, getting really down to business at the range, especially if you're doing tactical drills. So this Range hoodie is absolutely fantastic. I can say 100% I recommend it. And so you can see using the Range hoodie in a number of different applications. You've seen it from time to time showing up in some of my reviews. So wearing it in the outdoor application for different reviews, sometimes firecraft, sometimes a little bit of bushcraft, fire prep, food prep, you name it, wearing it in my reviews. It has absolutely been comfortable and I have greatly enjoyed it. But then even furthermore, getting it out into the mountains, it has been wonderful. A perfect piece of gear for the outdoors, adding that perfect layer, enough to keep you comfortable, enough to keep you sort of safe, the wind off, yet at the same time venting when you have that built up moisture and you just want that comfortable layer when you're sitting at the top of a mountain. Or at the firing range, well, again, absolutely perfect. And depending on if you're indoors or outdoors, it doesn't necessarily matter. Time of year can dictate, and when you just need a little bit, this is definitely gonna come into play. So the Helikon Tex Range hoodie really applying not just to the firing range, but to the mountain range. Did I hit it? And so again, I'd like to say thank you very much to the people at Helikon Tex for providing these products for review. As you heard me say a number of times, the Range hoodie, not only is it well made, it's well designed, it's comfortable, it fits well. It's just like that perfect extra layer of skin. It allows your body heat to vent off. It allows the wind to stop beating against you. It's like just enough. And so whether or not you're going to use this at the firing range or the mountain range, well, this Range hoodie will absolutely do it. And so if you like this content, do me a favor, take a look at my Outer Limitless YouTube channel, which is my primary YouTube channel. I've covered a number of Helikon Tex on that in the past, but I also cover everything from hiking, camping, and backpacking excursions, EDC, my everyday carry systems, and all the gear that goes with all of that. So everything from knives, axes, backpacks, flashlights, sleep systems, you name it, that's my Outer Limitless YouTube channel. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.